still manages to track it down. James on the drive.
Look at the air. Look at the hang time. Look at the flying motion.
Phoenix has the foul. And a pinnacle foul. Throws it down. And a foul.
Vides control his emotions in what's been a very emotional week.
It's not Charlo just dropped Lubin. Jermell Charlo has just vanquished Erickson Lubin.
And I killed him for the bread.
I'm pound for pound the baddest man throwing down.
Right.
Praise be to Allah.
Still managed.
Yo, welcome back to the channel. Yesterday was my first live stream back in a long time, and today we running it back, man. Shout out to my aunt, man. This is her shirt, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna miss her a lot. You know, I was spending time with the family yesterday, you know, and we had a good time, you know, family should stick together. That's the most important thing. But hold on. But yeah, let's talk about it. This is part 2. I've been hearing a lot of new things. Now they're bringing up this man had a leg injury and all this stuff. He has a chronic brain issue that nobody talked about from the car accident. You know, just a lot of things that as time goes by, we're going to be hearing more and more things that is giving Errol Spence excuses. And he's not making any excuses for himself, but people are doing that. Terence Crawford is now getting his recognition. After all the disrespect, after all the politics, after all, even himself, he said blackballed. He felt like he was blackballed. And what happened that night, I just still can't believe it happened in that fashion. But I said it before and I'll say it again. I thought that Errol Spence didn't look good in the Ugas fight. That's what I thought. What I seen in that fight foreseen to some degree, because I didn't think Terence Crawford would beat him exactly that bad. I did think he would stop him. But what I foreseen in that Ugas fight, it just gave me chills of what was to come with Terence Crawford, because he was getting away with a lot against Ugas, who was not on the level of Terence Crawford. Then when he got in there with Crawford, it just wasn't good, bro. It just was not good. I don't see any comments. Hold up, I don't know why this is doing this. Let me do this. I may have to open my laptop. Give me a moment. Oh, boy. Yeah, I may have to open my laptop, y'all. Give me a moment. Streaming all that funny on me. YouTube did something funny to my channel, too. So that's why I've been as consistent as I was. But it is what it is. You know, I'm gonna try to be going live more on boxing, but I got another channel that, you know, I haven't been dropping any content on lately, but that's my new main channel. You know, I talk basketball for those of you who don't know, so that's another channel that I do have. But give me a second. And if Errol Spence does decide to go and fight Terence Crawford at 154, I think he probably could look better, you know, but there's no telling. You know, there's no telling. He just looks so bad in this fight. Like, it's unexplanatory. I think he should get a tune-up, try to get his confidence back. He shouldn't go right back into the Lions Den with Terence Crawford. because it could end his career. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people already feel like he should retire because of everything he's been through, plus the punishment that he took last night. I just don't think he should just. I just don't think he should fight Terence Crawford next. Get a tune up, try to see what you can improve on. He just didn't look like he was there, man. He just didn't look like he was there. And Keith Thurman chirping. Look, I told you guys when Errol Spence fights fighters that are fleet of foot, he struggled. Kell Brooks, Sean Porter. If he would have fought Keith Thurman, who's a puncher boxer, who we feel like avoided him, probably could have been the same thing to a lesser degree because Keith Thurman is not Terence Crawford. But he would have been in danger with Keith Thurman, bro. He would have been in danger. Okay, I see the comments. UGC Flame was good, bro. Or somebody backstage. A shelter. Joe. Salute.
What's up, brother?
Can you hear me?
I got you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, man. I got a question for you, X.
What's that?
Why is it so hard for people to believe that maybe Errol Spence just wasn't what you thought he was?
I don't know why it's so hard. It's because of this belief that the guys he fought were so much like better than the guys Terence Crawford fought, which those guys are better. They're champions, no disrespect to them. But there's this thing that they do, like these guys were like these A-class fighters, which they weren't. You could say they were B-class fighters, even C-class fighters. Terence Crawford, the opponents he been in there with, styles make fights. They may not have proven themselves to be B or C-class fighters, but styles make fights. There were people saying Terence Crawford ain't fight nobody, but look, he went in there and did what he did. So I say that to say this. The guys that Crawford fought, yeah, they may not have did nothing or fought anybody of significance, but guess what? Styles make fights. And they gave Terence Crawford a tougher test, a tougher fight than Errol Spence did, sadly. Now, the most important thing is that styles make fights.
Well, my belief is this. And you remember I've told you this on multiple occasions, right? Don't get me wrong. I like Errol Spence. I think he's good at what he does. Probably one of the best at what he does, right?
Yeah.
But let me tell you what happened, in my opinion. It's just my opinion now with Errol Spence. They spoon-fed Errol Spence a bunch of guys that were decent fighters, maybe B-level, that would make him look invincible, make him look really good so they could sell him. And then when they actually had to put him in there with a guy that we know by our own observations that can actually fucking fight, you got the results you got. And I say that because we've seen this before. You may know the history, but you wasn't around back then. They had a guy running around here named James Toney.
Right.
James Toney was smashing everything, right?
Right.
And they put his ass in there with a guy who could really fight, a guy named Roy Jones, and you saw what happened to him.
Right.
They took another guy who was running through everything. Name was Bernard Hopkins. And they put his ass in the ring with a guy who could really fight, a guy named Roy Jones, and you saw what happened to him.
Right.
They took another guy, spoon-fed him a whole bunch of guys he could knock out. His name was Fernando Vargas. And they put his ass in the ring with a guy who could really fight, a guy named Tito Trinidad. He saw what happened to him. We've seen this before. I just don't understand why it's so hard for them to believe that they spoon-fed this guy, Danny Garcia, who ain't really that good. They spoon-fed him, who's your Danis Ugas, who really ain't that good. They spoon-fed him fucking Mikey Garcia, who's too little. They built this guy. Just like Bo Mack told you months ago, they built this guy. This guy hasn't been tested. Right. And you saw what happened when he put him in there with a real test. A guy who could really fight. You saw what happened.
I don't think it's necessarily that he wasn't tested. It's just because those guys were the best guys, some of the best guys, division champion. It's just he never. There's nothing no, well, I can't say nothing because Keith Thurman would have been a good, what could I say? A good start to prepare him for Terence Crawford, and it probably wouldn't have made much of a difference, but it could have helped because we know Keith Thurman is one of the best athletes in the division, one of the more talented guys in the division, and he's a puncher boxer like Bud. You know what I'm saying? To a different style and degree, but that would have behooved him to get a Keith Thurman fight. You know what I'm saying? Or somewhere in there try to just get that fight to help him or prepare him for a guy who's fleet of foot and can punch wise in the move like Crawford. But JB, what's good?
Yeah, my boy E, OG.
Yeah, you sound low.
It's low?
Yeah, very low. Let me read this comment while you get that fixed. The Keith that fought Pacquiao gives zero problems. Keith sound on protecting himself for the most part. Keith showed me he can find space to reset to center with sluggers. Yeah, Keith Thurman, man, you know, people was talking about that one, you know, we thought everyone was going to fight him at 154. You know, who knows how that could have played out, you know? Who knows? You know, and I was saying that Keith Thurman got a chance, despite what people think, you know, he got a glass body, but, you know.
It's good now. It's good now.
Who knows how it would have went. But JB, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can I hear you?
You still low.
Hold on, let me hear. I'm using my AirPods right now. I'm about to take them off.
Are you using headphones?
I'm using my AirPods.
Yeah, you low. You real low.
I'm gonna take them off. I'm just gonna talk on the regular one.
But what you think about people saying that he had a leg injury in the second car accident and all of this type of stuff? Now they saying.
I don't give a fuck about that. They wasn't talking about that before the fight.
They sure wasn't.
So I don't want to hear it.
Good.
Look, go ahead, JB.
Oh no, I'm saying, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I got you. You good?
Nah, I just been, and I've been taking this win in the last couple of days. This is just a great feeling. You know, it's the end of a certain crowd of people. Not really, but you know, all it is just it's kind of a surreal moment, that beating on Saturday night. And man, as far as Earl Spence, do I think it's a style that would have prepared him? I think Keith Thurman would have prepared him, but I just think Terence Crawford, like, just one of a kind. Like, it's nothing that I feel like Earl Spence could do within his ability to beat Terence Crawford.
Yeah, it's just he looked lost in there after a while, and also when he got on that back foot, man, it was just we when he got dropped that first time, we just knew it was only a matter of time, bro.
I kind of knew.
The thing with Errol is he wasn't broken by that. But
no,
he started to
he's a dog. He's a warrior.
Hold up. He wasn't like broken by that, but he started to get out of character. What I mean by that is he started to do what people said Bud Crawford was going to do, and that's try to get his leg back, and it cost him several times. You know, so that just wasn't very good.
No, he's a dog.
Yeah.
He's a warrior. I ain't taking that from him. He stood in there and took that ass whooping like a man. Gotta give him that. But you know this, and JB, I know you know. How long have I been saying that this dude is not what you think he is? How long have I been saying that?
A long time.
Because I could see I done seen this shit before. I keep telling y'all, I done seen this shit before. You spoon feed a bunch of guys who gonna make him look good. They knew when they was making these matches, none of those dudes they put him in the ring with had a chance of beating him. The only time they fucked up is when they put his ass in there with Porter. Because Porter had better feet than him. Porter could have beat him. They fucked up on that one. Because Porter can move. And that showed me in that Porter fight, if you put this motherfucker in there with somebody that can move, they're going to give him problems. Why you think they never put him in there with Thurman? Now, he can tell you all the shit he want to tell you. I ain't fighting, but they wasn't going to put him in there with that guy because that would have derailed their money train. Because Thurman probably would have beat him. Because the dude can't move. He's never had to. Tell me anybody on this panel, and I'm going to shut the fuck up. Tell me the one time on this anybody on this panel you ever seen Errol Spence make an adjustment. Ever.
won't be able to
He's
tell
the
you.
same Spence every fight, bro.
Yo, Flame, what's good?
What up, y'all? My bad. Volume low?
Yeah, volume low.
Oh, word. It's still low?
Yeah.
All right, let me come back in. Jump off.
But look, I get people wanting to go at Errol, you know, and to some degree he earned that. People go on that and making fun of him, memeing him and all that. He earned that, but I gotta give him respect, bro, because he bust through that door of the Al Heyman protection door. You know, he was protecting this man for whatever reason, and Errol did the same. Well, Errol didn't do the same things Fulton did because Fulton left the PBC to go, you know, have a fight with Inoue. Errol didn't do that, but he did like neglect what Al Heyman was telling him and did go on to fight this man. Because Al Heyman had other plans for this man to fight Keith Thurman and stuff like that, you know, at 154. And that didn't happen, you know. But Flame, go ahead.
Just doing a mic check. How it sound? Still low?
Yeah, low still, yeah, still a little low. But go ahead, I can hear you good enough.
Shit. Oh shit, man. This your show, so I don't like coming in messed up out here. But
What's up, bro?
yeah.
What's happening?
What's up, OG? Man, just chilling, just hearing y'all chop it up and talk about certain excuses. And I mean, I guess a lot of people was like super duper shocked. I mean, we are surprised the way he did Errol, but a lot of us are not surprised about the result. Like some of us actually knew Crawford would pull out the victory, but you know, I guess just the reaction from some individuals, you know, I guess they got to look for something else to come up with, man, to cope with their result. But yeah, man, I just think that people still in awe. You know, it hasn't really sunk in yet. So some people still trying to they hoping they wake up. But nah, it's reality.
Definitely.
But the truth, man.
I still can't believe he beat that man that bad, bro. It's crazy. People talking about retirement and you know he needs to just not take the rematch. Look, here's my thing. I think the rematch is gonna happen, whether we like it or not. Whether we think he should retire, I think that's the next fight at 154. That's gonna happen. The man's gonna exercise rematch clause. Uncle Shelton was trying to tell me, hey, after the fight, you know his adrenaline was still high. You know he's gonna say that, of course, after the fight, but he said it again 2 days later. So the man is standing by his word. He's gonna do that. I hope it's not within this year, because if it is, it's gonna be bad for him, man. He needs to take a little bit of time off, take a tune up, and then however long he has to cash in that rematch clause, you do that. But as of right now, within this 6 to 8 months, you should not be sparring, fighting, nothing. As much as you should be doing is running, staying in shape.
I got another scenario for you, E. Now tell me what you guys think about this. If I'm Crawford, this is what I do. I wait. I see what happens on September 30th, right? If Mel wins, I go up, fight Mel, possibly win that belt, and I retire. If Mel loses, I say, fuck Mel. I go on up, make a catchweight fight at 64-65 with Alvarez. Undisputed versus undisputed. Get a big ass bag.
I ain't no catchweight, bro. You better just go.
Win or lose. Win or lose, I'm out. Win or lose, I'm out.
And Bud already said he not fighting Canelo at 68. He like immediately shot that down. So if he would go up there, if Jamel beats Canelo and then Bud decides to go up there, that don't look too good to me.
No. What I'm saying is, of course he said that now.
Hey, Jamel said
Of course he said that now. But think about this. Bud walks around at about what? What you think?
At most, when he's like really like just chilling. Nah. At most, 170, 175 at most.
So he can. So it's not unthinkable that he can make 68, right?
Yeah.
Now, they both short. Canelo 5'7", Bud 5'8". I don't care what anybody says. at this point in both of their careers, Bud is way more skilled than Canelo.
Mhm.
So it's not like Bud can't win that fight. Because if you think about it, the only thing Bud gets out of beating up Errol again is a bag. That's all he gets. Don't do nothing for his career.
Right.
Ain't nobody gonna pick Errol in the rematch. Nobody.
Except his fanboys.
Except his family. Except his family. That's it. Ain't nobody gonna pick him because he ain't gonna win. Now,
So
if Mel wins, you think Mel coming back down to 54?
Hey, he said he going to though. That's what he
I
said.
don't believe. Do you believe that shit? I don't believe that shit.
Hey man,
For what?
flame that nigga if he don't.
For what?
yeah, for what?
Did you just won the title at 68? For what? For what?
He said he not done yet.
Of course he gonna say that shit. That shit sound good. For what though? Think about it, Flame. Business
Because
wise.
he's not gonna be able to come on now. If he beat Canelo right at 168,
Right.
who
right.
he gonna defend against? Who he gonna have to deal with?
The Benavidez. Big bag. Big bag. Win or lose. Big bag.
You tripping? Jamel's not hanging around for Benavidez, bro.
Why not? Are you gonna come back down to Crawford and get smoked? Do a Roy Jones and get his ass pummeled? Don't make no sense.
I mean, this is what he want to do, bro. He should.
How do we know that? He said that. Just because somebody says it doesn't make it so, Flame. Just because motherfuckers say shit don't make it true.
Yeah, just like you. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do it again. I ain't gonna do that.
I don't care what you do. Put it out there. Put it out there. Put it out there. You can't say nothing to me because I told you when I first met you 3 years ago that this dude wasn't what you thought he was, didn't I?
Right.
I've been telling you, this dude is not what you think he is.
Why you had that same energy for Zerto? Because Zerto wasn't that good.
I really believe Zerto was what he said he was. I really believe Zerto was what he said he was because Zerto had been smashing on them dudes through multiple divisions. This dude that we talking about ain't never left 147 and ain't did nothing but beat a bunch of dudes that I never thought was that good. The best 2 wins on his resume to me are Kell Brook and motherfucking Sean Porter. The rest of them dudes ain't that good. They not. And if you don't believe me, you will probably find out this Saturday when a 41-year-old man probably beats this dude. A 41-year-old man is probably going to beat this dude.
Like when people say Crawford ain't fight nobody, name me somebody he fought at 47 and don't say Porter. Like, why are you saying don't say? That's who he fought. That's one of the best.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you somebody. I'm gonna tell you some somebodies he fought. Igis Kavalauskas was undefeated. I don't give a fuck what you say about motherfucking Benavidez. He was undefeated.
So was Jeff Horn.
Jeff Horn was undefeated, and I just beat a way better Pacquiao than Ugas beat.
I don't think he won that fight, but
what does BoxRec say?
I get that.
So that's 3 undefeated guys. Now you tell me the undefeated fighter that Errol Spence beat, and I'll wait.
Ocampo.
Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious, bro?
I mean,
are you fucking serious?
I mean, you just said. Hold up now. I'm going by your logic. You just said Mimashie was undefeated. At
147, hold on, stop right there. At 147, you gonna sit up here and tell me you would pick Carlos Ocampo over Me Machine?
I'll just bring up your.
I'm asking you a question. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Claim, is that the discussion we were just having? See, now you're moving it.
Yes or no?
You said name us somebody who's undefeated that Spence beat.
And I did. And now you're moving it and all this shit.
No, I'm not moving it. I'm asking you, on your boxing opinion, would you pick Carlos Ocampo over Mean Machine?
I don't know. They both C-level fighters, bro.
Mean Machine would stop him. Benavidez would beat him. Carlos Ocampo is not that good, and he's been proving that as we've seen. He's been getting beat up and beat up and beat up.
Ocampo went the distance with Sebastian Fundora, didn't he?
who ain't that good. We just found that out. Who ain't that good? Because Brian Mendoza ain't no motherfucker. Brian Mendoza ain't no motherfucking world
I can't
beater.
let y'all do that.
Brian Mendoza is not no fucking world beater.
I can't let
Stop
y'all
it.
do that.
Brian Mendoza is not no world beater.
Dude lost, though, don't mean he not that good. Cause he
gonna fight Mendoza again, and when he get knocked out again, will you believe it then?
He did beat a guy, right? Who a lot of people thought was gonna beat him. He was a major underdog in that fight, and I was picking against him.
Who, Erickson Lubin?
He did do that. He did do that. Erickson Lubin is a
Erickson
good
Lubin?
fighter.
Erickson Lubin is a good fighter. Erickson Lubin is a good fighter. He's a B-level fighter at best.
And I think Lubin is better than Mendoza. So, he lost to Mendoza. He got caught with a shot. I thought he was winning the fight till he got caught, but it is what it is.
Okay. Well, I mean,
out.
Hey, look, I'm not here to change your mind, bro. I'm not here for that. I'm just here to tell you what I saw. I've been telling you that dude was spoon-fed opponents, and you saw it on Saturday night. I've been telling you that.
So
go ahead, Flynn.
I was gonna ask this to y'all, man. So, like, was it more of Crawford's hunger to become two-time undisputed was what caused that performance to be what it was, or is it just that the other previous welterweights that Crawford fought is just better than Spence?
Crawford has went through multiple divisions, and Crawford has fought a multitude of styles. Like he told you in the presser, there is nothing this guy can bring to the table that I have not seen before. Do you remember that?
The performance, though, like you look at other fighters.
Because the guy,
Flame, better than Spence.
Flame, the guy is not that skilled. He only knows how to fight one way. I don't know what you got. Why you didn't see that? The guy's not that good, and he fought guys that weren't that good.
But is he better?
And they put him in there with somebody who's really, really good. You get this result. It's very simple. It's not hard to decipher. It's not hard.
I don't know, man. Because people talk down on Kavaliauskas and
because they don't know the sport. Because they don't know the sport. They don't know the sport.
It look worse than all of them.
Because they don't know the sport. They're not fans of the sport, bro. They fans of fighters. It's a difference.
You know what a lot of people's going off of? And this motherfucker, every chance I get, I'm bringing it up. He got dropped by a mean machine. He got hurt by a game ball. This little funny, weird shit they like to bring up, right? Yeah, okay. He got dropped by a mean machine. Cool. He got hurt by a game ball. That's a fact. But at the end of the day,
what happened to them? What happened to them?
And guys was going off of that as to why Spence gonna win.
You gotta realize that they all got different styles. So Spence, he not darting in and out like Gamboa. So I don't know. That logic that they're using is retarded.
Right, and those guys was able to hurt him, and Spence didn't hurt him once, man.
That's why it brought me back to my question. Was it just Crawford's rising to that level, or is just Spence just OG saying he's just not that good? Like,
Spence,
he's not.
Spence is that good because Spence is that good. Let's
against them guys, yes. Against this guy, no.
We know that. That's a fact. But I'm not gonna discredit the fighter Errol is. Because like I said, Errol Spence. Hold up. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all something right quick. Just to put this into perspective. Let me show you this picture right quick. Damn, do I even have it up here? Yeah, I got it. Hold up. And this is the best example you could use, especially if you explain it to somebody who like a casual just getting into boxing of how good Errol Spence is. Right? Errol Spence do this to niggas, man. Let me put myself on the big screen. And Crawford beat this dude and beat that dude. Errol Spence do this to niggas, and Crawford beat Spence, bro. Badly.
Okay, let me ask you.
Put that.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. What's the difference between that dude that you just showed us and Crawford? What is the difference?
That's not what we're talking about. I'm
not
even finished. That's not what we're talking about. Hold up.
Okay.
I was just saying that to put it to perspective how good Errol Spence is. It's just that Terence Crawford is a legendary fighter. We can't say Spence is not that good. It's just this guy made him look that way. We have to give Crawford his credit by that. You get what I'm saying? That he made this guy look easy.
Yeah, I get you.
Not everybody was gonna do that to Errol Spence like that.
Yeah. Clarissa Shields said that same shit. She put
You
that shit
know,
on her Twitter.
Errol Spence is really good. I think he regressed a lot. He was not. He just thought that he could just, like I said yesterday, fuck off on boxing, get in and out of shape, do all this weird shit, and then get in there on the layoff and beat this man. No.
Look, all that shit you saying, bro, sounds like excuses. It's excuses.
What you mean?
Now, answer my question. What's the difference between? Hold on. Let's answer the question.
Hold up. All of that is, to me, I'm not making excuses for him because, like I said, Errol Spence still a great fighter, undefeated, beat the guy who beat Manny Pacquiao. So what excuse can I make? It's still a great Errol Spence that Terence Crawford went in there and dominated. I'm just bringing up all these things that these people who are picking Errol Spence thought he was going to do with all of that. And he got
I get that.
Either way, he was going to get fucked up. I'm just bringing that up to put into perspective everything. I
understand that. But like I said, answer my question. Okay. What's the difference between your Danish Ugas and Terence Crawford?
We know that. We know that. That's not what I'm saying.
I'll explain it because you won't answer it, so I'll explain it. Your Danish Ugas is going to stand in front of you.
I know that already. What are you proving?
Terence Crawford is not.
What we're talking about.
So no, because you keep going on to this. You keep going on with this great fighter shit. The dude is not a great fighter. He's a very good fighter. He's very good.
What are you talking about?
But he's not great.
Okay.
You just sat here and told me that Errol Spence is still a great fighter. He's never been a great fighter. He's a very good fighter, but he's never been great.
In that case, Terence Crawford never beat a great fighter, is what you're saying. Who was the great fighter that Terence Crawford beat?
He hasn't yet, because Errol Spence is not a great fighter.
So
he hasn't yet.
So Terence Crawford's number one pound, he never beat a great fighter. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Because none of these dudes are great. None of these dudes are great. He's miles and miles ahead of all of these cats, bro.
So
Terence Crawford, Terence Crawford is in the conversation with them dudes. He's in the conversation with the Hearns and the Haglers and the Leonards. Ain't none of these other dudes even in that fucking room. They're not even in the room with them dudes.
Hey, look.
Terence Crawford is at the fucking table.
Hold up. Let me say this. This is my guy from the gym right here. This is my big bro. You know what I'm saying? This is a guy right here. Will I spar him? I get the better of him sometimes, but for the most part, he get the better because, you know, he bring that action to you. You know what I'm saying? This is my guy right here. Shout out to him. Thanks for coming through, man. Hope to see you soon.
Shout out to Raymond. What up?
But yeah, I was just saying, Spence, to me, right? I wasn't making excuses for him. I got to put that out there. I was just bringing up everything into account. I'm putting everything into perspective. To me, Errol Spence is a great fighter. Terence Crawford be a great fighter. Terence Crawford is just a legendary fighter, a special fighter. There's a difference. That's all it is. That's why he was able to do what he did like that. You know, to say there's no great fighters in this era is lunacy. That's ludicrous. They're just not legendary or all-time
Okay,
greats.
name me one.
There's multiple. I think.
Name me one, because great fighters, to me, great. When you say great fighter, that's the same thing. The greats. That's the same thing. Great legendary is the same thing. Besides Crawford at 147, since Floyd left, you tell me who is great. Who?
All right, I got two for you.
What you say, Flame?
Go ahead. I got two names, but you can go ahead first.
Look, I think the way that y'all equivalent great is like on some other shit. I think there's tiers, there's good, you know what I'm saying? There's great, you know what I'm saying? There's special, and there's legendary. That's how I do it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's fine.
I think y'all reserving great for like one of one type of guys. No, that's not how I'm equating it. So that's the miscommunication we have. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we can agree to disagree
I
on it.
want to say that. Well, my opinion on it, man, I think that in a way, and Usyk are great fighters, along with Bud Crawford. I think they're great fighters. I think Spence is a good fighter. I don't think he's great. I think you got to have offense and defense to be considered a great fighter. You can't be somebody who take a lot of punishment and can't make adjustments. You gotta be able to have defense, be able to make adjustments on the fly, and have the IQ in there. That's my opinion.
No, and I agree. Usyk and Inoue are great fighters. I agree with that. But they not at 147 pounds, neither one of them. My question was, since Floyd left, name me a legendary fighter besides Crawford who's been at 147, or even a great fighter, an all-time great at 47, besides Crawford since Floyd left. Name me one.
We can't. Pacquiao retired now, so he was one.
He's gone.
You said somebody who's left at welterweight besides Crawford. That's a great legendary fighter.
Yeah. Pacquiao's gone. You can say Pacquiao. He was there, but he's gone. Say anybody else. Anybody else.
No. Not at this moment. I think Crawford stands alone on the throne, man. I mean, I just think he's
Hold on, let me drop the link for my guy. Yo, Junior, I'm gonna drop this link. Click this link if you want to come up here and give your opinion. Click this link I'm about to drop.
Yeah, shout out to the homie Ray, but Spence took punishment in his last fight. So
yeah, he did take some punishment in that. Not punishment, but he did take a lot of shots that like hurting him and shit. Like, But yeah, bro. I get what you're saying, though. You hold Grace to a higher standard. It's just my tears and the way I got multiple tiers of guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just equate stuff differently. Like,
right.
Like your definition of great. Hold on, your definition of great is right below what Crawford is, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which is legendary.
Right.
My equivalent of great is like right below, like legend, like not legendary status, but like. It's good to me, and then below that is just everything below that. You know what I'm saying? So we just equating it different. That's all. I'm not saying that Spence was like this one of one type of guy, like legendary or like I never thought he was like a special fighter. I thought he's a really great fighter. You know what I'm saying? He does a lot of things good. He may be limited, but I just thought Crawford beating that guy would mean everything for his career. And it did. And especially the way he beat him.
Yeah, the way.
Especially now, you're right. Now, because the bar is set so different.
Right.
The bar is different. You don't have Simon Browns. You don't have Mike McCallum type dudes. You don't have Hearns type dudes. You don't have them type dudes. You don't have Milton McCrory's. You don't have fucking Donald Curry's. You don't have them type dudes no more.
All right, hold up, y'all. Let me introduce y'all to my guy. This my guy Ray. I know him as Junior, man. He 5-0, 5 KOs. You know what I'm saying? So introduce yourself, bro. Oh, 6-0, my bad.
Yeah. What's up, family? Y'all good?
How you doing, brother?
What's up, young brother? How are you?
I'm good. And yourself?
Oh, I'm living, man. I'm just living, bro.
Yeah, I was listening to your argument. I hear what you're saying about Spence, but there's tears to it. So Crawford is that elite. Spence is a great fighter. You can't take anything he's done in the past away from him. And the reason why I say he doesn't take punishment, if you look at his previous fight, Spence doesn't take punishment. Yeah, he may get hit 1 or 2 times, but the problem, my only issue with Spence, he doesn't have head movement. He has a high guard. Crawford was just a stronger man that night. Spence had no head movement. You have to move that upper body. He kept advancing with no upper body movement, and he got beat by a switch hitter. Somebody who can bang on the inside, fight you on the outside, and all he did was just walk in with his high guard up. He didn't move his upper body. But it doesn't take away from the fact that he beat a lot of great fighters. He went to the UK and fought Kell Brooks. Kell Brooks at the time was an elite fighter. He exposed Triple G, and he gave Sean Porter his first loss. So you can't take that away from him.
Right, I agree with that. I agree.
Bro gave his first loss, but yeah, man. I mean, Hey, so does that kind of take away from him being great? Like you said, he don't move his head, and I feel like being a great fighter, you got to be able to do it on both sides. You got to have the offense and the defense. You got to make the adjustments. You got to be able to move your head. So I say he's a good fighter, but you still consider him a great fighter because of the fighters he beat.
Yeah, absolutely. That
Well,
resume.
I'm gonna push back. I'm gonna push back on your Kell Brook argument, and I agree. At 147, when he beat Sean Porter, Kell Brook was elite at 47.
At
But
elite.
people tend to forget Kell Brook went up 2 weight classes.
Right.
Went up there and got mollywopped and got his eye socket busted by Triple G.
He went up too
Then
soon.
9 months later, when he wasn't fully healed, he came back down 2 weight classes
Right.
and fought Errol Spence and gave him a hell of a fight.
Right. No, you're right. You're right.
So I was impressed with him going to the UK and winning, but that wasn't the same Kell Brook that fought Sean Porter. It wasn't. It wasn't.
Okay. You can give that argument. You can say that. Okay, I'll give you that. I give you that. But when you say he got mollywopped by Triple G, this is off topic. He didn't get mollywopped by Triple G. He got hit with a good shot that fucked his over the bone up because he was beating Triple G. If you look at that fight again, from rounds 1, I think, to 6, he was beating Triple G and gave everybody the blueprint and showed everybody that
That's a good point.
Triple G wasn't that monster. Then now Canelo want to fight him. Everybody want to fight him now.
I agree. And I'll give you another scenario that will match that one.
Talk to me.
Through rounds 1 through 5, Amir Khan was beating the shit out of Canelo, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Until he got hit.
But
And the fight was over.
It's no equivalent. It's no equivalent. You're talking about Kell Brooks and Amir Khan. Amir Khan has a glass jaw. Everybody knows that.
But I'm just going off what you said, brother. Was Amir Khan winning the fight or not?
That's fair. Yeah, he was
until he got hit, right?
You're right.
Okay.
You're right.
Same thing happened to Kell Brook. He was winning the fight.
You're right.
Until he got hit.
All right, so let me
ask
you.
I'm not disagreeing with you. My only pushback when you said he got mollywopped by Triple G, and that fight, it wasn't a lopsided fight. It wasn't.
All right, let me ask y'all this.
I'll give you that point. I'll give you that.
Being as though we talking about this now, right? Where do y'all rank Terence Crawford? Because that will let me know everything I need to know.
He number one.
No, not number one. I'm talking about like all time.
Well, his career isn't over.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you were to judge it, what do you think? Like as of right now, what he's done.
As it stands right now, he's number 1. He's apex.
No. I'm talking about all time, like as of now. But I know his career not done, but like where would you gauge him? Like where you think?
Well, it's hard to gauge that because his career's not over. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to gauge that. You can't.
All time. It's hard to do, bro. If you talking about all time.
Yeah, you can't. It's not over yet. If he goes and beat Charlo, and then Canelo, you got to put him over Mayweather.
Now, if you want to talk about the welterweight, like what do you rank in welterweight all time? We could probably get into that, but that's just if you're just saying all time on the list, just period. Hey, yeah, we gotta wait till he finish.
All right, let me ask you the
quality of fighters, because he did
I
fight some guys.
say about 4. I say 4.
Right now?
He did fight some guys.
Right now, 4.
You got a 4 all time. Terence Crawford.
4. Yeah.
You
4.
also got to look at the quality of fighters he fought. Not to say he couldn't fight better fighters. He couldn't beat better fighters, but the quality of fighters he did fight, it doesn't stack up. It doesn't stack up.
Hold up, because
that's what I'm saying.
The the Hagglers and the Hearns.
You got Terence Crawford 4th all time right now.
Right.
What type of crystal meth is you smoking?
His career is
okay.
over, though.
So wait a minute, because I know you young, so I'm gonna ask you a question.
All right.
Right now, do you have Terence Crawford over Sugar Ray Robinson?
Nah.
He got like 100 and something fights.
Yeah, he got a lot of fights, bro.
He got 100 and something fights.
Okay, stop right there. We'll go to number 2. Do you have Terence Crawford over Sugar Ray Leonard?
No.
I do.
Do you have Terence Crawford over Thomas Hearns?
Yep.
No. Do you have right now with the body of work? Do you have Terence Crawford over Roberto Duran?
No. No.
Okay.
As a C-man.
Do you have Terence Crawford over Emil Griffith?
Mel Griffin. I don't know. And Mel Griffin got some good wins.
So
And
this is your top 10, or we like these guys?
I'm just saying guys that I feel that are better, but the overall body of work right now, if Terence Crawford was to retire today, these guys are in front of him. Now, like my man said, if Terence Crawford goes up to 54 and beats Charlo, and then somehow, some way he fights Canelo and beats him, you have to put Terence Crawford right next to Leonard, right next to Hearns, right next to anybody. You have to get him up there with Hagler status. You got to get him up there.
Hold on, y'all. Let me say this. I get that, but I was asking you, do you have him for right now based off of right now what he has done?
In this era? You talking about in this era?
I was talking about an all-time based off of all the work he's done thus far. Where do you have him ranked all-time? You said 4.
4. Right now, the only reason I have him ranked over Floyd is because Floyd never became undisputed. That's the only reason why I have him over Floyd.
I mean, nah, I wouldn't.
Wait a minute.
Nah. Nope. He ain't over Floyd. I ain't giving you that.
Was Hearns undisputed?
No.
I hate to do it. Undisputed is not as I don't want to say is like here's the difference. Undisputed back then is not undisputed as it is now. Undisputed back then was way more prestigious. You know what I'm saying? Way more prestigious because it was way tougher to do. I'm not saying it's easy to be undisputed now, but it would just
it is easier to be undisputed because you got to fight 4 different guys. When back then you knew who the top guy was. It was only 2 top guys, and you got to beat them.
You had to fight the top guys to be undisputed back then. Today, you can damn near maneuver around. Oh, this guy don't got a belt. I'm gonna fight for this vacant. Or this guy weak. I go this guy. I'm not saying those guys doing that, but it's a lot of chess pieces being moved around.
Politics.
What you said, Julian?
It's more diluted now.
Right. So
you still gotta respect it, but it doesn't hold as much weight. Back in the 80s when these dudes was fighting for pride, like. I'm that nigga.
Right.
I'm him. You know what I'm saying?
Speak on it, youngster. Speak on it.
When Mike came to the ring and he had all those belt around his neck, I'm that nigga. It's me. Y'all gotta come through me. In the 80s, same thing. They had all the belts. You have to come through me. It was more about pride. Now it's more about money. And I respect it. The game changed. That's why these conversations, you have to it's cool to have the overall, who's the best overall, but you got to do it by eras. And I'm starting to realize that because it's just different. It's just different. The eras are different. Right. It's just different.
I say this all the time, youngster.
Let me read this comment right quick, huh? Let me read this comment right quick. This meth. Unified champs are great. Errol going to be going to the Texas Boxing Hall of Fame at least. 2-time undisputed 40-0, 31 KOs, Terence Crawford. And then Q says Hearns only lost to Sugar at 47. Go ahead, huh?
I was gonna say that's why I say this all the time. Me and E go back and forth all the time on this, and I always state this to all the youngsters: you cannot compare a guy who fights in 8-ounce gloves twice a year to a guy who fought in 6-ounce gloves and he fought 6 or 7 times a year and he fought 15 rounds. You can't compare those guys. You can't.
That's another good point.
You can't compare those guys. They're not the same.
It's just like the whole Jordan LeBron situation. It's different eras, man. Hand check, all that. Defense is different. It's different.
All right, look, let me ask you this, Julian, since you up here, right? The Charlo and the Crawford fight, right? There's a lot of people, and I want you because people think I just be saying shit when I'm up here. We know each other. We've been in the ring together, all of this. I want you to explain to them because when they break down this fight, they bring up sparring and shit. The Errol Spence and Jamal Charlo sparring. Explain to them that sparring and fighting is two totally different things.
Totally different thing. Two totally different thing. It's two. The gloves are heavier. One. I mean, it's bigger, meaning that it's 16 ounces and it's more padded, and you have your gear on. It's two different things. When you take them sparring gear off and you in a real fight, there's no headgear, and them gloves is 8 ounce or 10 ounces, depending on your weight class. Them shits hit different, and it's just your body. One with no gear off, you move faster. You move faster. With smaller gloves, you move much faster and you hit harder, especially if you're a hard hitter. Depending on the gloves you get, if you get like one of them Everlast punches glove, one of them Reyes, and you hit somebody, it's different. It's different. It's different. It's
Right.
so much.
So what's your? Let me ask you this, and then everybody else gonna go. How do you think the Crawford and Charlo fight will go?
It's gonna be very competitive, but Crawford definitely got to be careful because if he get caught
Right.
by Charlo, a flash, because Charlo has that flash KO type of
He
power.
does. Yep.
That's an explosiveness, and I mean that doesn't necessarily mean he's stronger. He's super strong. Some people are just super explosive, and that's why it's gonna be a good fight because Crawford is also explosive,
Right.
and the formula for that is speed, in which it's power, in which how fast you move that power, and that creates explosiveness. And the Charlo brothers, they got that. They got that. So Crawford could be beating him, throwing a whole bunch of punches, and Charlo could just go, bam, catch him quick,
Right.
and drop him.
Right. I definitely see what you said, and I was saying something quite similar to that, but I'm gonna say myself last. What you think of the fight, Because I know
one thing. I'm gonna give you an example. When Zab Judah got his first loss, he lost to Costa Zoo. He was winning that first round, whatever, and he got popped. He got hit, bam, by Costa Zoo. Costa Zoo was a strong, explosive fighter. He got hit and got dropped, and didn't take the standing 8. Ego made him stand up too quickly, and he had those chicken legs. He had the rubber legs. He never recovered. But that's what I mean by that explosive power.
Right, unpredictableness with it as well. So, what you think? Yeah, you talked about it a little yesterday. What you think?
Charlo versus Crawford. Tough fight for Crawford. Different fight. I don't care about what all these pundits and so-called experts told you about Errol beating Charlo up in sparring and all this old bullshit. That don't mean nothing. Charlo is a big guy. Charlo don't walk around this motherfucker at 154 pounds. He probably walks around about 180, 185. He's a big dude. He's an explosive dude. He's athletic. And Charlo got a gas tank. And Charlo is aggressive.
Very.
Like my man said, my man hit on the head. Bud, got to be careful. You got to box Charlo. You can't go in there and try to do Charlo like you did Errol, because you're going to fuck around and get caught with something. Bud ain't never hit nobody at 154.
Right.
He ain't never fought nobody at 154.
Nope.
Charlo hit different. Charlo is explosive.
And
Charlo, now I don't think Charlo is as skilled as Crawford. I don't.
No.
But Charlo got that pop, and if Charlo catch him, he can stop him. Bud would have to box him and stay out the way. That's his only chance to win. He's not going to go in there and bully Charlo. That's not going to happen.
Nope.
And if he do, we talking about a different type of nigga for real. That should.
If he do that, then hey, it is what it is. But I just don't see that. I don't see that.
Yeah, I don't see that.
You got to box him. But Crawford, he has the ego. He gonna try to fight with him too. He gonna try to fight with him.
All right, so JB, what you think?
Shit, I have to. That's a tough fight, kind of like what they said. And he athletic. He an athletic guy. He durable. Great chin. He don't get tired. I don't really know. It's hard to say what will happen in that fight. I do think Terence Crawford is the better skilled fighter, but like everything they were saying, like it's gonna be a tough fight. It's definitely not gonna be a walk in the park. So I think I have to look at some film, and then I think I have a better understanding of what I think will happen.
Right. If Crawford is to win, I think there's gonna be times in that fight where he does show Charlo things he hasn't seen. because Charlo does have mental lapses where sometimes it looks like he's just doing things on the fly. He doesn't know exactly how to approach you. You know what I'm saying? There are times where he is looking like that in the fight, where he just going out there throwing caution to the wind. I think, you know, his IQ is okay, but it's not where Terence Crawford is. I think the main factor for Jermell to win this fight is to try to make Crawford exchange with him. You know, try to make Crawford exchange with him. I think that moment is going to come in this fight. You know, because I think I don't think Bud is gonna go in there and blow him out the water or like hit him with some shit and he's like out of the fight. No, it's gonna be a fight. You know what I'm saying? And I think that moment is gonna come when they exchange. You know, and Bud really has to be careful in that because this guy is not Errol Spence. Errol Spence, he does have thump, but he don't have one shot concussive knockout power. He don't have that. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something that is going to be a major factor in this fight. You know, not only is Jermell the bigger guy than him, you know, he's durable. He take care of his body. He lives the sport of boxing. He's dedicated to the sport of boxing. That's a different dude you getting in there with. What about you, Flame? What you think about the fight?
Hey, I agree with y'all 100% what y'all was saying. I think it could be legitimately a 50-50 fight. And but I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I wouldn't be shocked if Crawford go in there and dust that nigga off, man. I just think he is a special fighter, and if he get in there and dust off Jermell, man, it will be no question after that. It'll be a whole different type of conversation. But I agree with what y'all was saying. I mean, the explosiveness of the power, definitely agree with that. I think Jermell is also a counter puncher. You know, he'll look for you to do something, and then he'll throw a uppercut or a hook on your ass. You know what I mean? Like Jermell is a slick fighter as well. But I do think that like the way Crawford went in there in that Spence fight, he was so elusive. It was certain shots Spence was trying to hit him with, and he was just turning just a little bit for them shots to miss or graze him to where he can land his counter shot. And I don't know, man. It's just I'm not gonna go in there down Crawford, but I think it could be legitimately a 50-50 fight. But once again, like what's the homie name again? E?
That's Junior.
Yeah,
Yep.
so Junior, like when he brought up like the going up in weight, like we was talking about Kell Brook when he went up in weight. And then, you know, when a fighter tries to go back down, you know, the body could be drained. We seen
It's
Roy
tough.
Jones,
It's tough.
you know.
I'll tell you that firsthand.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that firsthand. And that's why I had a conversation, not to cut you, this is why I had a conversation about sparring. Because some days in sparring, you have a good day. Some days you have the opponent you fight have a great day on your ass. Like there's times I came from work because you know I used to work at Rikers. It's time I come from work after doing a 16-hour shift, 8-hour shift. I get in the ring, and my boy Eli put some hands on me. But I'm gonna get in the ring and get that work, either work on defense or just fight through it. So you can't take that into consideration as well. Be like, oh, you know, sparring, he beat Floyd, and he beat them because come fight night, when it's time to get right. When it's time to fight, like it's time to fight. That's it. But the problem with going down in weight too is you lose some power and you get tired faster. That's why in the pros you get to weigh in the day before so you can rehydrate a little bit because you do get tired fast. And with Spence, if he can't make that weight anymore, despite the fact he got nutritionists and shit like that, that also can weigh a factor into that fight as well. Because if you look at the way he was punching Crawford, he didn't have no power. It didn't seem like he had the pop like he usually has. It seemed like he was gassed out. He was tired, and that happens with weight drain. And when you weight drain so much, you like I could run for 8, 9, 10 miles, but that lost because he don't really have a high body fat, so you're losing muscle now, and that loss of muscle will affect you in the ring. So now going up to 54, where Charlo was comfortable at 54 and naturally around probably at $160, $180, that's gonna be problematic for Crawford. And Crawford is strong too. Don't get it twisted, but weight class matters. Weight class matters. That's why it is weight classes.
Right.
Hey, I want to bring up an example, like, so because you was talking about Crawford going up to 54, but let's just say if Jermell, whatever the result with Canelo, if he come back down to 54, and Crawford go up to 54, who's gonna have more of the advantage? Because like I've seen like certain fights where like an elite small guy going up against a good big guy, and the small guy will blaze through him.
Speed.
It might be a different kind of comparison, but like I remember when Andre Ward fought Bad Chad, and they met in the middle.
Oh yeah, Austin. Yeah,
That
yeah, yeah.
catchweight. Ward, like it was like he couldn't deal with Ward. You know what I mean? It was just different for the bigger guy dealing with the quicker, more sharp,
Right.
smaller guys. So I don't know. I'm thinking like, is it who's really gonna have that advantage? If Charlo's coming down from
Right.
68 the first time back to 54, and Crawford is I'm just going up one weight class.
Right.
Is Charlo really gonna have that much of an advantage in that fight?
Well, in terms of weight, yeah, but the speed will go to Crawford. You know what I mean? So, and it's just like it's just like anything. Like the smaller guy will always get off his punches faster. Is a rarity. The rare few cases, the bigger guy is super fast like that. Like Mike Tyson had a welterweight, middleweight speed for his size. Those are rarity, you know. But Crawford definitely gonna have the speed. But again, size do matter because you could throw a myriad of punches, and because of his size and strength, he's able to absorb it better. And all he's able to do is one good hit. And all your hard work just went down the drain.
Right.
So that's the equalizer. That's the equalizer right there. Because Eli, we could be sparring Eli.
I'll give you.
Hold up. Go ahead, Junior.
Yeah, I'm hold up.
Go ahead, Junior. What you saying?
Yeah, because Eli, like, you can throw a whole bunch of punches. I mean, I'm gonna feel it, but if I get a clean one off on you, that could be the equalizer right there.
Right.
Like your hands is quicker, but that extra weight on me.
Right.
If I sit down, I'm punching the extra weight, and they give you a clean one, that could be a difference maker right there.
Right.
The speed is everything.
All right, now Pure, what's good? We talking about the Jamel and Crawford fight. How do you see that going?
What up, X? Crawford and Jermel or Jamal?
Yeah.
Jamel, bro. Jamel.
Jermel.
Yeah, Jamel.
Before what he did to Spence, we knew what he did to Spence. I gave him no shot. I thought, that was going to be his cap, but obviously that's a guess. And also this is going to be a guess now too. Is that now knowing what I know now, I actually give him a really good shot. How it plays out, I don't know. I have to see it. But at the end of the day, Bud's before the Spence fight, Bud's willingness to get hit constantly and not be defensively responsible against his highest level opponents up to date is why I didn't give him a shot. At the end of the day, like, you can't just take free shots. You're going to get to a dude where you need to be defensively responsible to win the fight, So that's why now I know that, okay, he doesn't have to, okay, now the people that for whatever the reason they might have just been guessing or whatever, you could safely say that, okay, yeah, Terence that's the way he was just fighting at that time. And he knew that with Arrow, he couldn't do that. So, here comes the defense. So at the end of the day, I would favor Jermel. And that's just because that's my bias there. But Crawford is fully capable of beating him. Just like I said in this fight. Like in this fight, I picked Spence just because of all the information I had at the time. But at the end of the day, I knew it was going to be a close fight that I didn't know how it was going to go until it played out. But I knew somebody was going to get knocked out. So I put money on Crawford and on Spence. I got paid off on Crawford.
Right. Okay. Now switching gears, let me just say this because it's another fight I want to ask y'all about with Crawford, but Unc noticed. I told Unc, and Unc agreed with me that this fight wasn't gonna do $1 million, and it didn't. It did $700K. Right. This was supposed to be the biggest fight in boxing, and it is. Right. And it didn't. Huh?
They calculated the numbers already?
Yeah, they got the numbers already, bro.
Yeah, look it up. It did $700K.
Hey, that's fucking good though. That's better than what I thought it was gonna be.
It's good, but it's good. Don't get me wrong, but this is the biggest fight in boxing, and I don't want to say a clown fest, but a fight like Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia, obvious mismatch, got 1.2 million. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like this fight,
I'm,
I didn't think it was going to get the just due that it deserved because of, them two not having a big presence in social media. A lot of people, like if before this fight, them two guys walk down the street in my city. Maybe a couple guys that know them. They won't get surrounded like how they would by Tank and Ryan. Those little kids, just millennials just running up to them. Mommy, buy this fight because they fighting or whatever. That wasn't that type of culture going on in this fight. If y'all get what I'm saying. Yeah, it went viral. A lot of people tried to make this fight very important. But $700K for a fight like this, to me, that's okay. I wanted it to do 1 million. And it exceeded my expectations, don't get me wrong, because I no, actually it was a little under because I thought it could do 750 to 800. You know what I'm saying? It even do that. Wilder and Fury did that in the third fight. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, what's y'all take on that? What do y'all think about that?
I'm proud of them niggas, man. I thought the niggas, they did. I said between 5 and 6. So if they did 7, man, I'm proud of them niggas. So I thought they did good, man.
Okay. I predicted a number on the nose. I predicted the Ryan and Tank number on the nose.
Wow.
Well, I told you, X, we talked about it. I told you if they did anywhere from 5 to 7, it's gonna be a success because plus them two brothers can split that 632 million and get paid. But you shouldn't expect it no more than that because nobody knows these dudes.
Yeah,
these dudes are not famous. This dude is famous in Texas. Crawford is known by a few people. These dudes are not like Ryan and Tank. Ryan and Tank are all over social media, 5 million followers, 10 million followers. These dudes don't have that.
Right.
Nobody knows these cats. You can walk down the street now, today, 2 days after supposedly the biggest fight in the last 40 years. Motherfuckers still don't know these dudes. Still don't know who the fuck they are.
Hey, but look, I gotta say this, man.
That's true.
Hey, OG.
Yeah.
OG, I hear you there, man. But I gotta say this, man. They got a lot of. They was actually able to make a lot of waves in the hip hop community, battle rap community, and stuff. A lot of people, and they actually was breaking down the fights and stuff. So I was kind of impressed to see that Bud and Earl had an actual impact in the hip hop community, the rap community. They actually know who they are. So you saw Bud brought out Eminem. So
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I understand that. But let me ask you this: they did 700,000, right? They did 700,000, correct?
Yeah.
Now let me ask you a question: how much you think they would have did if nobody streamed it? Because how many motherfuckers you think streamed this shit?
A lot of niggas streamed.
Oh, okay.
I bought this shit. I bought the shit.
But Tank and Ryan was able to do 1.2, and a lot of niggas streamed this shit.
Because of the dynamic, you had a brother and you had a Mexican.
Right.
Mexicans buy fights.
Yeah,
they don't stream them; they buy them.
Yeah, Mexicans show up.
Right.
All right, so
Mexican Americans buy them. Mexicans in Mexico get that shit for free. Like,
well, of course, we're not talking about Mexico, Puro. Yeah. We're not talking about Mexico. Ain't nobody counting. Hold on. Anybody counting the Mexican pay-per-views? Stop! Hey!
All right, so Julian, what you think about it? What you thought the fight was gonna do? Did it exceed your expectation, or did you even think about that? Worry about that?
Huh?
The pay-per-view, like it did 700K. What's your thoughts on it? Did you think it was gonna do more than that, less than that, or did you not even worry about that?
That's right on the money. That's right on the money because they're older guys, one, and two, they're not super popular. They're not. Errol Spence is not a super vocal person. Terence Crawford is not a super vocal person. Where you got Tank and you got Ryan, those guys they have a huge presence on social media. You know what I mean? Like Ryan is a prima donna. You got Tank, all this shit that goes on in the media with him and his girlfriends and all the content
who he with and all that other stuff. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? On TMZ,
body shot challenges.
Days. Yeah, so they got the popularity. So that makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense.
Right. All right. So who else did I? Okay, JB, what's your thoughts on it, bro?
I think that's a good number. Kind of like what y'all was saying, like older guys. They're not really popular as far as social media. I think the younger crowd, they gravitate towards Ryan and Tank. Plus, both of them was associated with Floyd Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya, some of the biggest pay-per-view stars in the history of boxing. So I think as far as that fight go, that had that going. I think the numbers that Earl Spence and Terence Crawford did, they pretty good numbers. for the type of popularity they got in boxing.
Right. All right, now I'm gonna ask y'all this before I ask y'all. I got two opponents, right? This first one, y'all might look at me crazy. You know what I'm saying? I seen the Boxing Voice posted, so some of y'all may know what I'm talking about. He posted this today. You know what I'm saying? It's a live stream that's coming up, right? This man right here been talking so much shit about
Who that?
who don't got a chin. And he gonna win the fight. Spence gonna win the fight because he ain't got a chin, right? This is the cash cow in boxing. To me, Tank is the face of boxing right now, right?
Yeah.
People think he's this super guy who could go up in these weight classes and do all this, and he's actually a pound for pound fighter, which he's not. Would y'all entertain a fight like this?
No.
Why not?
Hell
For
no.
what? Crawford
Ain't
gonna
no
kill that
legacy
dude.
in that.
Come
Ain't no
on.
legacy
Crawford
in
gonna kill that
Tank,
dude.
bro.
And kill him.
Crawford
That
is
dude
the
won't make it
level of
5
Tank.
rounds with Crawford. He won't make it 5 rounds.
Come on.
He won't make it 5 rounds.
Ridiculous,
Tank
man.
murders Bud. Tank murders Bud is not even close.
You should have put Gary Russell up
Puro,
there, nigga.
Of course,
Puro.
Puro gonna say that.
Puro, you say some shit like that again, we're gonna kick you off this panel.
I mean,
Dumb shit.
y'all can kick me off all you want, bro. I mean, like, until he proves me
That's some
wrong.
dumb shit, man. That
How's
dude
it
won't
dumb
go
shit?
5 rounds with Crawford.
How's
He
it
won't
dumb
go
shit?
5 rounds with Crawford. He won't go 5 rounds.
And look at the title.
I mean,
Do
like,
y'all think this would be
Crawford
the
ain't never
biggest fight
seen
in
nothing
boxing?
like Tank.
Yo, this
Nothing
graphic
like
is
Tank.
all clickbait. That nigga don't
So
believe that.
listen, so wait a minute. Did you hear what this man just said? He said Crawford ain't never seen nothing like Tank. So do you saying that you had Tank beating Arrowden, right?
No.
But he can beat Crawford. Come on, man, stop.
Nobody ever asked me if Tank could beat Spence. So how could I have something that I never even thought of?
That's what you just said. You just sat here telling me that Crawford ain't never seen nothing like Tank.
Nope, he hasn't.
I mean, look, I really just brought that up because I just think
Prove me wrong. That's all I got.
I just think we need, like, we've been getting mismatches in these big fights, bro. Like, let's talk about it. The biggest fights we wanted to see have been fucking mismatches, bro. Like, not on paper, but in the ring. We haven't got that Hagler Hearns or that we've been looking for. You know what I'm saying? We haven't got no fight like that. You know what I'm saying? We haven't got that. Like, this fight with Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, goddamn motherfucking mismatch in the ring, not on paper. Stephen Fulton, a new way, was kind of a pick and fight to some people. That was a fucking mismatch in the ring. What other big fight do we get? You can say even fucking Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder a year ago. Fucking really a mismatch, bro. You know what I'm saying? So these big fights that we saying is 50-50 and they bringing in all these pay-per-view buys, that shit really not living up. So that's why I brought up this fight, which is a mismatch too, you could say, but it's a fight that a lot of people going to tune into, and a lot of people probably going to feel Tank could do whatever, which she not going to do shit. You know what I'm saying? These are two talented guys. This is a fight with two black fighters, because I just said two black fighters can't not going to do the same as two different races in the ring, like a black and a Latino. I think this is a fight that could do that shit. After what Bud just did, then Tank, both of them were 1A and 1B for having the two best fight, the two most anticipated fights in boxing. That being Ryan and Tank and Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence. So I'm just looking at it like that. Like, if these two right here come together and make a fight, that should be huge, bro.
Hey, Puro, you trolling, right, bro?
No, I'm not.
Right, Puro, you trolling, right?
I'm not.
You really think
Tank? I'm trying to I'm trying to find ways to teach the dudes that like literally like keep getting their predictions wrong, like a different way of looking at boxing. Because at the end of the day, like we all have biases, or we don't know what's gonna happen until they get into the ring. I never, in my wildest dreams, thought that Terence Crawford was gonna do that to Errol Spence.
How much money did you lose?
I didn't lose anything. I won $500.
Okay. Good man. Why did you win $500?
Because at the end of the day, to me, pre-fight, this was too close to call. The bookies bet their money that this fight was too close to call. So I'm gonna be like, cool. I'm gonna hang back and see what happens. But if anybody wins, it's gonna be by knockout. So what I did is I took $100 each and put it on Errol to win by knockout and Terence Crawford to win by knockout. Why? Because the odds were too good to pass up.
Okay. All right.
Right. That's good. I won $1,600.
Hold up. Let Flame go right quick.
Go ahead, Flame.
No, so I'm glad you want some money, Pero. I just asked you the question because I thought you was trolling, man. It seemed like
Nah.
you really think Tank got something for Bud Crawford. I thought this was just a joke, comedy hour. But you serious?
Yeah.
All right, no further questions, man. We can move on.
I
There it
think.
is.
Hey,
I
look,
think.
I'm glad
I
you
think.
won too. I'm glad you won, but I won 1,600 because I knew from 4 or 5 years ago what was going to happen. I've been knowing the outcome.
You knew
And
this
That
was
was an
gonna
easy
happen.
pick for me.
You
I
knew
knew it
this
was
was
going to
gonna
happen.
happen.
Yeah,
All right, so
I
All
knew
right.
he was going to knock.
Why
What?
don't you
Look,
make
hold on,
more?
wait,
Why don't you make more,
stop,
Shelton? No,
stop, Puro, stop, Puro, stop.
I ain't stopping
What
you.
have I been telling you since I met you about this fight?
That Bud was gonna win.
I told you Crawford stopped Spence when
When they fight?
anywhere from 9 to 11.
Okay.
Have I not been saying that for 3 years?
Yeah. But you also
Okay.
told me Zerto was gonna beat the shit out of Bivol.
I
What
ain't
happened?
talking about that fight. I'm talking about this
No, no.
fight.
But I'm telling you, like,
I'm talking about
I'm
this
not trying
fight.
to troll you. I'm not trying to troll you,
I
Shelton.
also
I'm trying to
told
say is
you.
that we all
I
get it wrong.
also told you that Fulton was gonna beat anyway.
All right, look,
Yeah,
hold
yeah,
up.
I also
exactly.
Hold up.
told
We
you
trying
that.
to stay relevant.
Shelton,
Hold up.
you
Hold
get
up.
where I'm coming from. Is that we
Hold
both
up.
Yeah.
Hold
been
up.
wrong in this game.
Yeah,
And we're
everybody
both
gets
gonna
them
be
wrong.
exactly.
Everybody gets them wrong.
And we're gonna get it
Everybody
wrong
gets them
again.
wrong.
Is all I'm saying. So
Yeah,
right now,
everybody gets them wrong. Nobody's perfect.
yeah.
But
But
this
remember, our
fight was a
resume don't
no-brainer.
jump
I'm
in
just
and
saying,
start
if you
telling
know
you
it,
shit.
if you knew a
Got
little
one
bit,
wrong pick this year. One.
if you've been watching
All
boxing
right, y'all.
and you know a
Hold
little
up.
bit
Hold
about
up.
boxing, that this fight was a no-brainer. The guy wasn't skilled enough. You can see that. He
All right.
wasn't skilled
I don't
enough.
know about that
All right,
no
hold up
brainer
now.
shit,
Hold up,
but
y'all. Hold up, y'all. Let me. All right, so Flame. What Flame was saying is basically, and I don't think it's a slight to you, Puro. You know, everybody got their opinion. I see what you're saying. We all get the shit wrong. We don't get the shit 100% right. But we gonna have our fun and pick at each other. You know that. You know how that shit go in the Lions Den. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But basically, what Flame is saying, like, what do you particularly see, like, Tank having for him? Because I think, like, after what I seen from Bud in this last fight, particularly, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think Tank was looking at, oh, this smaller guy getting ball hurt him. This guy hurt him, so I could hurt him. Because I know we all see Tank say, oh, he could, if he touched Bud chin, he'll probably do this and that. So that's what he was coming at with that. And when we seen 2-3 nights ago, like, it didn't even look like Spence could hurt him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at, like, if they were to fight, that would be like Tank would be in there with a guy who hits hard, fast, IQ is way better than anybody ever fought. I think in that fight, Terence Crawford, I think he can stop Tank to the body, bro. That's what it's gonna be. Cause nobody goes to Tank bodies. He real soft around his stomach, around his
that light
abdomen.
skinned nigga gonna be crying in the ring, bro.
So what do you think, Pure? Like, what is Tank bringing to that fight? We know he bringing power, but what do you see him bringing to the fight that will win in the fight?
Well, just like Terence Crawford, everything to me, Terence Crawford is proven, and I think relative to Tank's opposition, they both are five. I'll bring a baseball term. They're both 5-tool boxers. They're a complete package. They got defense, they got footwork, they got power, they got a ring IQ. Like I forgot what I can name the fifth. So literally they got everything. They're what they so called a complete boxer. Terrence has proven it at the highest level. Tank hasn't yet, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have what Terrence has.
Right.
So at the end of the day, like I got the little shock factor. So hopefully y'all listen to me. So obviously, like I can't, like I'm not gonna bet my life that he's gonna like murder Terrence Crawford because of whatever. But he is capable of what I've seen so far of beating Terrence Crawford if the chips may fall as they may if they ever fight one day.
All right. What about you, Joey? You on mute?
You hear me?
Yeah.
I think Crawford knocks out Tank cold.
Cold?
Cold.
Damn.
Because his defense is a little suspect. Tank takes a hit to give a hit. Does that shit a lot.
Right. And I realized something with Tank. He doesn't fight guys with power. And when he does, he tries to lure you in, which is not going to work with Crawford.
Listen. Unpopular opinion.
Hold on. They say Rolly got that retarded strength. You can't, gotta count Rolly.
That's a
No,
fact.
what I'm saying is,
And y'all
I
call
said
me
when he does
crazy.
fight guys with power, he lures them in, and then call for the
But listen,
they'll call for not.
check this out. Unpopular opinion, I thought that Pitbull Cruz fight was closer than everybody said it. I honestly, that should have been a tie to me. That should have been a draw. That Pitbull Cruz fight.
I had it a
And he
draw, and I
ain't
was
shit.
pissed too because I'm a Tank fan. I'm a
Oh
huge Tank fan.
shit.
I was pissed.
And Pitbull Cruz ain't shit.
Yeah, he's
Pitbull
You
Cruz
saw
gave
that
him
Saturday.
work. He gave
You
him
saw
work.
that Saturday. Pitbull Cruz ain't shit. Because that dude from
No,
Hollywood
no,
Saturday
no.
was punching all over Pitbull Cruz. Pitbull
Hold on,
Cruz is
hold on, hold
garbage.
on,
He's
all
hold
right.
trash.
Hold up.
He ain't shit, but he got a draw, right?
All right, hold
Come
up.
on, G.
We
He
gonna
not
get to that.
trash,
Hold
bro.
up, we gonna get to that. We
He's
gonna stay on
trash,
top of
bro. He's trash.
We gonna stay on top.
Can't convince me otherwise. He lost
All
to
right,
Tank
Flay.
with one hand.
All right,
Tank had an
hold
injured hand. He
up.
beat that dude.
Yeah,
All
Tank
right,
hurt
so
the
Flay,
fight.
what you got? What you got on
Tank
the Tank
ran
and
the whole fight. Tank ran the whole fight.
Tank and
Terence
who?
Crawford?
Tank and Terence Crawford?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's a stupid fight for Tank.
Yeah.
You know, Tank. I mean, Puro, you kind of bodied your argument. I mean, you can still stick with Javante Davis, but you said it out of your own mouth. You got two guys, both of them kind of got the same thing, but one has fought at the high level, at the top level, and the other one hasn't. But you're gonna pick the guy that has fought at the low level compared to the guy who's fought at the high level.
I mean, that
Fought
is
bigger
Puro guy.
fighters,
He admits he got a bias to him.
fought more styles. I think Crawford got more knockouts than he got fights. So it's kind of if you want to stick with Tank, okay. But I agree with the homie, man. That nigga get knocked out cold if he get in there with
Oh.
Crawford. That's a
Nah,
stupid.
Tank got a chin.
Somebody say my name. My bad.
Y'all
I
ain't
was
gonna
with my
do that
daughter.
to Tank. Tank got a chin, bro.
Yeah, but what he did to Arrow,
Against who? Against who?
Listen, I'm an Arrow fan.
That's true.
But what he did to Arrow, listen, I wouldn't want Tank to step in the ring with homie. I wouldn't want to do that to him, man.
And I want to hear what Tank got to say because he ain't been saying shit after that bum ass prediction he made. Talking about I'm going with the guy who got a metal shield, not with the guy who got a glass shield. He ain't been saying none of that.
Yeah, Tank, man.
Yeah, we're talking about a fair fight too, man. I mean, come on. We're just talking right now.
I had Arrow winning that fight, and I was proven wrong. So, nah. If you step in the ring with Crawford, you gonna get knocked out cold. You gonna get put in his ass.
What about you, JB?
Was this fight?
Yeah, Tank and Terence Crawford. That's what
Terence
the box
Crawford,
was trying to hype up.
he annihilates Tank. He annihilates Tank, man. Like they said, Earl Spence. I mean, they were saying before the fight that this Terence Crawford got enough power to hurt Earl Spence.
Exactly.
A lot of people were saying that, and you seen him drop this dude. So,
like what, 3, 4 times?
Yeah, about 3 times. So if Terence Crawford touched Tank chin, it's not gonna be good, bro.
It's not gonna be good.
It's not gonna be good.
I heard the same
now
thing
look.
said about Arrow. I heard the same thing said about Arrow. If Arrow touched that dude's chin, Crawford's going to sleep. And what happened?
But Terence Crawford proved it, so that's the difference.
Exactly. That's my whole thing too. So
Tank ain't proved it again. He knocked out Ryan and Pedraza and all them guys, but Terence Crawford different. That's all I'm saying.
All right, so let me ask y'all this. Now,
Terence never fought Tank is what I'm saying. You can't move the goalpost when it comes to that.
I'm not moving the goalpost.
On the more realistic note,
You are, brother, but it's all good.
When did I move the goalpost?
Because you can say that Terence is that dude because he did this, that, and the other, but you can't give the same courtesy to Tank. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Because Tank ain't proved it against the guys that Terence Crawford has. So you want me to give him credit for something he hasn't done, bro?
At the end of the day, okay, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
All right, look, on a more realistic note, we was having a little fun with the Tank and Ryan, but what y'all think about a Boots and Terence Crawford fight? Because that's another possibility for him. A lot we seen the messages back and forth between them that Gilly exposed about Crawford saying you want to see another dead body and Boots saying text your mans or whatever the case. A lot of people feel like Boots is the second coming to Terence Crawford, you know what I'm saying, because of his switching abilities, athleticism, and what have you. You know, just his overall talent, right? What y'all think of that fight?
9 rounds.
9 rounds? Crawford?
9 rounds. Boots go to sleep.
Which fight?
Boots versus Crawford.
Oh man, it's just it's not competitive, bro. It's not, I mean,
not
like
competitive. Damn, bro. Y'all sleep, bro.
It's not competitive.
9 rounds. Boots goes to sleep.
Y'all sleeping, bro. Bro. The kid got talent, bro. Y'all sleeping, man.
Talent don't pay the bills all the time, to be
So
honest.
so
Errol
you
got
Okay,
talent. It wasn't enough. Errol got
I'm
talent.
gonna
It
ask you
wasn't
the
enough.
same thing. I'm gonna ask you the same thing. X, you think Boots is the goods? He can do it, right?
I think I'm not saying he's gonna beat him, and hold up. And I was before I seen what this man did to Errol Spence. I was saying that I feel like Crawford lost the step, right? That's why I was saying I think a younger, stronger guy in Boots could get him, right? But now after what I seen from that, like I explained to you yesterday, this man Crawford has the ability to not give a fuck and just all of a sudden just his body just turned into some crazy shit and he just show up for the biggest moments. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I
Right.
can never ever I can't go with Boots in that fight. What I will say is he has a chance. He had a better chance to Spence
Yes, I agree with that.
because he's
I agree with that.
athletic, elusive, and he's way more talented to me.
I agree with all of that. But here's my question I want to ask you. When he had the shot at Crawford, because he did,
Hey, did
they
you
even
have
sent him a contract.
did you
Look,
have
that's
Boots
not what we
beating
talking
Spence?
about.
They even
They
sent
ain't
him
gonna
a
listen to
contract.
that, Shelton.
They
They ain't
even
gonna
sent
listen to
him a
that.
contract.
We gotta stay
Yeah,
relevant.
X, you brought it up. So why you don't want to
All
listen
right.
to it when you brought it up?
We're
They
talking
ain't
about
gonna
the
listen to it,
breakdown.
Shelton.
You keep
I'm
getting off
asking you a
topic.
question. Hold on. Before the
Hold
breakdown,
up,
I ask you a question.
I'm at the I just want your breakdown. That's it. I don't want the politics, bro. I don't want the politics.
What you mean you don't want the politics? The nigga had a shot
I just want the
and he didn't
breakdown
take
of the
it.
fight so we can move
Why?
on to the next person.
Why he didn't take the shot when he had it? Why he
I
didn't
get
take the
that.
shot when he
I'm
had
not
it?
denying that. I'm not disagreeing with you. Let's get to the
Okay,
breakdown,
so it's go 9 rounds. I gave him a breakdown. 9 rounds. Crawford gonna stop him. He's not experienced enough. He ain't fought nobody in his career that could prepare him for Terence Crawford. Nobody.
Okay. All right. What about you, Junior?
his last fight against that European dude, that dude was very slick. Gave him a little problem. The only problem, the dude wasn't as offensive. But other than that, he gave Boots a lot of issues. That's why I'm gonna give it to Crawford. Because Crawford is offensive and slick. I think he'll give Boots a lot of issues in that fight.
Okay. All right. Flame, you here, Flame?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, Crawford Boots. How you got it going?
Yeah, Crawford, man. Experience. I think experience plays a major key. Crawford got more experience at the top level, under the bright lights, and I just think that even though Boots is a skillful little fighter, he can switch hit. Probably can do it more naturally than Crawford. You get used to both stances naturally, but I just felt like Crawford is a different fighter, and like you were saying, when it pertains to like the big fight, he just rises to the occasion. He's gonna do everything he can do to make sure he's in tip top form to come out with the victory. And Boots ain't never seen nothing like Crawford. And
Nice.
that was a good example with that European guy because dude had Boots looking silly in there. I'm not saying he didn't win it. Boots did win the fight, but
he
man, it was hard to watch because he was just missing. He was hitting the air.
That's
I would love to see the punch stats on the air.
Now, the dude was offensive.
The air punch stats, you know what I mean? But yeah.
All right, Flame.
Right,
What
right.
about
So yeah, Crawford, with the same type of you
Go
got
ahead,
it,
Flame,
E.
finish. Can you hear us?
No, I'm just saying that with Crawford, with his skill set, his offensive ability, I think that he's just too much. He'll be too much for Boots.
All right, bet. What about you, Puro?
I mean, yeah, man. I mean, it wouldn't be competitive at this point because at the end of the day, um, when I'm making my picks, like some people think I'm crazy. I think people that think that the opposite is crazy. You got to show me before I give you any. I'm not gonna give you all these accolades and all this respect on when you haven't shown it in the ring. You got to show me in the ring. At the end of the day, that's just it.
So
He's
I
never
mean,
fought
you
anybody
basically
on
said
Crawford's
Tank
level.
ain't show you. You basically said Tank ain't proven on the highest level. Boots hasn't
What?
either, so you believe in Tank.
Yeah. But the thing is like at least like he's proven himself versus worthy champions. I mean, like Boots
Okay.
has not even
That's
beaten
fair.
that. You get what I'm saying? At the end of the
Right.
day, like it's just a pick. We talking about a fantasy fight about
Right.
what could happen. Boots, with the info, I just go by the information I got. The information I got, it's not
Right.
competitive.
I bet. Is JB still here?
Yeah, I'm still.
Yeah, JB. What you think about the fight?
I think he got the talent to beat Terence Crawford, but it's really experience. I gotta see him in certain situations. Like I think technically, I still got some questions about him. I think athletically, as far as his feet, his punching power, and just the natural raw talent, I think he can beat a guy like Terence Crawford. But it's a lot of things, like I just said, experience wise and technically, that I haven't seen, that I can't say at this point that he can beat a guy like Terence Crawford. So I think Terence Crawford will beat him.
Right. All right, man. I agree. I definitely agree with that. Shout out to Melvin, Boots. Boots versus Crawford. May go to the cards. Regular boxing salute. What's good, bro? Yeah, man. That fight right there, that's a fight that people was talking about. Like I said, people compare Boots to him because of the natural talent, the raw ability. But like I said, the experience gonna play a factor, man. Boots, he just had a fight where people wanted to measure him because we seen Rashidi Ellis go down to Romain Villa. You know what I'm saying? And Boots faced a guy like Roman Villa. And like I said, if you stand in front of Boots, you're gonna get crashed out. And that's what that guy did, and he got beat to oblivion. That is the opponent that showed Boots the most resistance, and he beat the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? Now against the better guys, right? Like a Standy Onus, who else? Help me out here, y'all. Keith Thurman. I want to see him in there with those guys. Who else? Help me out.
Virgil, if he was still there.
You know what I'm saying? You said who?
Virgil, if he was still there.
If Virgil, if he was still there, that would have been more than a test. That would have been his big fight. Boxing Learner was good. Backyard Prophet was good, fam. Yeah, that would have been his big fight. I think Boots has the talent, but it's just the experience thing, right? I think Crawford's next fight ultimately will be the Errol Spence rematch at 154, right? Do we want to see it? Like I said, a lot of people don't want to see it, right? Maybe Errol Spence will look a lot stronger than he did. That's what he's keep saying, right? And like Crawford predicted, what are they gonna say? He was too weak and he stayed at 147 when I stopped him. That's what they're gonna say, right? So now I want to see the rematch because at 154, what excuse you gonna have then if the man beats you? There's nothing he can say. And Errol's not making excuses. Let's put that out the door.
In fairness, he didn't make no excuses.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, I'm putting that out there. He didn't make no excuses. This is his fans, mind you. You know what I'm saying? But he did bring up that he before the fight he did say he wanted to go to 54. So he was kind of alluding that this weight is just not for him no more.
Hard to make it.
So go ahead, bro.
I think that fight, I don't know if it'll be as lucrative because we see how the first fight was. I don't know if people are gonna be interested in it. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But Crawford and Spence, I think they moving up. So now the 147 division is wide open. All them belts going to get spread out. I think Boots could be a champion in the division. I think Thurman could be a champion again in the division. And the rest of those guys, I don't know. But I think we all know that Virgil's going to 54. So it's just going to be right there. It's going to be Keith Thurman, Jerron Boots Ennis, Standy Onus, and I even put Barrios in there. I think Barrios could probably win it because there's not many guys left at 47. Let's put that into perspective. I think Ugas is fighting Barrios next. I got Barrios beating him, bro. I don't know what y'all think about that. What y'all think about that?
I agree.
So it's really open season. Not much guys left there. It's just about to be. It's not gonna be the division it was. It's just gonna be watered down. We're gonna have Thurman there, like I said. Boots. I want to see that fight. That's the biggest fight there right now because Virgil's on his way to 54.
Question: Did Pacquiao officially retire or not?
Yeah, he officially retired.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he fighting exhibitions and stuff like that. Let me read this comment right quick. I don't think it'll be at 54. Crawford said it had to be at 47, and he is the A side now. No, he did say he would entertain going to 54. I don't know if you've seen that regular. He did say that he would entertain going to 54. But Uncle Shell, what you think about the division now that Crawford and Spence are most likely gonna move up? Who do you think will be the key guys there? What you think gonna happen?
Top guys at 47 now are Boots, Standy Onus, and Thurman. Those are three top guys.
Right.
We got Barrios and Ugas supposedly going to fight at some point. If they do, I got Barrios in that fight. I think Ugas is about 38 years old, if I'm not mistaken. 39, something like that. Barrios is too young. I think Barrios gonna beat him. But I think right now the best guy left, if you had a choice between the two top guys, now besides Spence and Crawford, it would have to be Boots, number one.
Right.
And I hate to say it, got to be Thurman, number two.
Yeah.
Stanionis only got 16 fights, so you can't put him over a Thurman until he proves it. He got to beat a Thurman.
It's either we got to see
he got
that
to beat a
Stanionis,
Yeah, exactly.
or we got to see that Thurman and Boots next. That got to be next. That got to be next.
Yeah, it got to be. It got to be. That should be the fight next.
Right.
Yeah,
that should be the
Thurman
fight
over everybody right now in that division.
You said what, Piero?
Thurman number one, then Stanionis, then Boots, then Rocha, then Speedy.
Okay, I see that. I see. Damn, you gonna put Speedy over Ugas? Hell no.
Yeah, I think Ugas is trash. I always have.
Damn, I'm just going off a base of what they accomplished in the division. That's how I'm ranking them. But, you know, it's
but I take everything into account.
Well,
man,
hold on. Stop right there. You said what they accomplished in the division. What did Ugas accomplish?
Exactly.
He was a champion in the division. Come on, bro.
Beat Pacquiao.
Ugas,
He ain't beat Pacquiao,
his
bro.
biggest win. He beat a 43-year-old man coming off a 2-year layoff.
I get that, but that's an all-time
That's
great.
that's not impressive, bro. That's not impressive.
What did he beat for the title? That's all I got.
Hold up. Here's what y'all do. Y'all can't just. All right, I get y'all say he's not good, but Pacquiao, we know how good he is. Despite Pacquiao ain't gonna let no, like y'all say, he not that good. He ain't gonna go in there and let a guy not that good just beat him as comfortably as Ugas did. He ain't just gonna let that happen. Ugas is something.
And I understand that, and I would agree with you. If I would agree with you, if when they made that fight way back then, because I knew you back then. What did I tell you way back then?
You picked Pacquiao, bro.
No, I didn't. I told you don't get no credit for beating a 43-year-old man coming off a 2-year layoff. I told you that way back then. I don't give him no credit for that. He's 35 years old. He's supposed to beat that old man.
I'll give him credit.
I mean, you do. That's cool. I don't.
It's not the
never did.
Thurman, right?
You said what? You said what, Junior?
Pacquiao beat Thurman, right?
Yeah. Like, come on.
Pacquiao beat Thurman. Pacquiao beat Thurman when he was 40. He fought Ugas when he was 43, and he came off of a 2-year layoff. Come on, man. He ain't got no credit for that.
Pacquiao, come
Same
on,
excuse. If Thurman beat Pacquiao at 40, he would have used the same excuse that he's too old. It would have been the same excuse. I said we would have used the same excuse. If Thurman had beaten and defeated Pacquiao, we'd have been like, oh, he's 40, he's too old.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
No, we wouldn't have. No, we wouldn't have. I picked Thurman in that fight. I picked Thurman in that fight. There was no way
but if Pacquiao
Thurman
Ugas,
was supposed to lose to that old man. He proved me wrong. But I still picked Ugas in this fight because Pacquiao was too fucking old.
Look, that's not even ultimate point. I just break Ugas over the. My rankings goes as what those guys have accomplished. You know what I'm saying? That's how my rankings is going. You know what I'm saying? And what have you done for me lately? You know what I'm saying? So that's how my shit is going. It's not really about Ugas is that guy. I don't think he's that fucking good, you know. But he's not bad. He's not a bad fighter. He's not. But that's not what we was talking about. You know, I just talk about.
I never said he was. I just said he ain't better than them other guys.
And I don't disagree with that. But I'm just ranking them as, you know, what they accomplished. And that's it. But Devin Haney is fighting Regis Prograis, right? Y'all said he wasn't going to do this and that because he had a close fight with Lomachenko, and he proved y'all wrong again. What y'all gotta say about that? Especially
I got Regis.
Man, I'll bet you on that.
Yeah, I got Regis.
I'll bet you on that. I got 100 on that, bro. So we locking that up? You already know.
Yeah, we can lock it in. We can lock it in.
Yeah, I got that.
I got Regis because Devin Haney ain't never seen a left hand that he didn't like.
That's a good point. But I'm telling you, you about to see. What about you, Junior? How you got that fight? What you think?
I got Haney. I'm not even a big fan like that.
Regis' last fight was great.
I mean, he lost. He lost.
Yeah, he looked like, man, I don't know what happened, but
But Loma's an anomaly. Loma's special.
Yeah.
So there's really no knock on Haney. Like Loma, he's different. But the guy he about to fight right now, the skill disparity is too much.
Yeah.
It's too
Yeah,
much.
it is. All right, let me read this comment right quick, y'all.
It's gonna be a boring fight though. You're gonna pick him apart with the jab.
All right, let me read this comment, then I'm gonna let Piro go, and I'm gonna let JB go. I'm read these two comments. Boots, Rocha, standing on this. No one else unless Ortiz stays. Q says, I smell a boring ass fight. Meaning Devin Haney gonna win. All right, so what about you, Piro?
I don't. To be honest, I don't know. Because like before the Zorilla fight, I would have picked Regis. I would have been confident in my Regis pick. Right now, I don't know because Devin's earned my respect. Even though I thought they robbed Lomachenko against Devin, at the end of the day, he still fought Lomachenko. Lomachenko's a hell of a fighter. He also, even though I thought he lost to JoJo, that was a very close fight that I could agree with somebody that had Devin winning that fight. At the end of the day, like Linares, that was the last time that's the best version of Devin I've seen versus Linares until he got clipped.
Thanks.
I mean, his coach picked against Devin versus Camposis because of the reasons I said. As Jeff Mayweather, he's like, I know Devin's capable of better, and that's all I'm saying. I know Devin's capable of better. He's just, for whatever reason, and in my opinion, it's because of Linares flipping him. I think he's afraid to unleash that dude that we've seen before because he's afraid to lose that O. He said it before. Devin said that out of his own mouth. He's afraid of losing that O. So at the end of the day, man, I can see Devin winning, just like I can see Regis winning. I don't know who wins that fight, to be honest.
All right. What about you, JB?
Devin, I expect Devin to win, but based on their last two performances from both fighters, I don't know what to expect from both of them. But I'm just gonna say Devin Haney should win the fight. Just pick him like y'all was saying, pick him apart with the jab.
Yeah, I see this fight, and I'm going off the last performance, and I totally didn't even bring up the fact that Devin is susceptible to left hands, like we seen in the Loma fight, the JoJo Diaz fight. I thought JoJo had success in that fight. I didn't think he won the fight. I thought he won a couple rounds. I didn't think he won the fight, or he had some big moments that if it was any other fighter, you can't allow them to have them type of moments. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Devin is susceptible to the left hand. We know Regis got a lot of power in that left hand. But can Regis catch him? No. Regis' feet is slow. You know what I'm saying? They've always been slow. And I have Regis. I was putting Regis on a high pedestal as one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? That maybe if he fight Josh Taylor, he could beat him again. But after what I see from Josh Taylor and Regis, look, Josh Taylor I overrated him. And I'm not just saying that because of the last performance. I think a couple prior performances, I was seeing a little something in him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was good. He was better against the guys he fought to be undisputed. But he was a good guy beating guys who were pretty much okay. You know what I'm saying? And then we were ranking him like that because he became undisputed. You have to rank him. But Regis lost to Josh Taylor, a guy who's limited in his skill set. We seen that when he faced the athletic fighter Teofimo Lopez, got beat easily. Most of us didn't expect that. Right?
I didn't.
And Josh Taylor beat Regis, who was limited as well. And I thought he destroyed him in the second half of that fight. The first half Regis had, but the second half is where Regis started to fade. You know?
Right. Exactly.
So those two guys are just not that skilled. They are good fighters, but they're not that skilled. And skill comes into play, not in every case, but in this case with Devin Haney's going to come into play. Y'all going to see a glaring difference in hand speed, foot speed. I think Devin Haney is also coming to this fight very confident. Why? Because he's seen Regis' last performance, and he was pursuing Regis before that last performance, so don't get it twisted. But a lot of people are feeling Devin Haney may have a lack of confidence because of performance against Lomachenko. But I have no doubts that he got confidence looking at Regis' last performance. He got confidence he could beat that dude. So he's going in there with that energy. And I think he could beat Regis probably 8-4, 9-3, bro.
We shall see, brother. We got a bet on it, so we shall see.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's pretty much it, y'all. I'm gonna close out, man. Thank all y'all for coming, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna go live again soon. But shout out to y'all boys, man. We out.
All right, boy. Peace.
James still manages to track it down. James on the drive.
Look at the air. Look at the hang time. Look at the flying motion.
Phoenix has to foul. And a pinnacle foul throws it down. And a foul.
Benitez control his emotions in what's been a very emotional week.
It's not Charlo just dropped Lubin. Charlo has just vanquished Erickson Lubin.
And I killed him for the bread.
I'm pound for pound the baddest man throwing down.